Hey, what's up, everybody? Mike Lindsley back with you here at the Phoenix Sports Restaurant. This place is amazing. I walked in the doors and I smelled the lunch buffet right there to my left here. This place has gift certificates for the holidays. You can come here and grab lunch. You can grab dinner. They have all-you-can-eat specials during the week as well. Boneless wings, all-you-can-eat spaghetti and meatballs, and all-you-can-eat steak as well. They have great beers on tap and in the bottle, so make sure you come down to the Phoenix Sports Restaurant. Perfect for your business lunch, awesome for dinner, you name it. You can do it here at the Phoenix Sports Restaurant. And as you can see behind me, they have the monitors on, so there's all the horse racing throughout the country on the big screens here at the Phoenix Sports Restaurant. You can go right next door to the OTB and place your bets as well. So pretty great place to be. Awesome atmosphere as well here at the Phoenix Sports Restaurant, a proud sponsor of the ML Sports Platter. This video, 9 Minutes with Mike Lindsley, IGTV, YouTube, and Facebook. I'm concentrating really on the Green Bay Packers situation and what's next for them, what's next for Aaron Rodgers, and what's next for Mike McCarthy. First things first, there's a lot of folks who think on one side that they should have waited till the end of the year. There's a lot of people who think on another side that, to hell with it. If you're going to make a change, make it now. You got 4 weeks to get ready for the end of the year. The GM is already in NFL draft mode. His thought process and all the rest. He's already thinking about a guy who can be a good fit for Aaron Rodgers. This thing was boiling over a long, long time ago, and I happen to think I was split down the middle until this video. I thought about it on my way here, and I'm a little bit more on the side of getting rid of him now, although I would probably take that a little bit further and say that I would have been all for getting rid of him in the beginning of the year, maybe 2-3 games in, maybe before the year. So I'm a little bit more on that side of it right now. But what's next for these three parties? Let's start with Mike McCarthy. Mike McCarthy is going to get a look at a ton of jobs. Jason La Canfora, who just talked on the Tony Kornheiser show as I record this, about how his agent is already making a play with all the other teams. He's already diagramming, a game plan. He's already putting together some pitches to teams. Mike McCarthy will get a job. I don't know where it's going to be. I don't know if it's going to be just as an offensive coordinator. I don't know if it's going to be as a head coach, but he's going to get another job immediately in the NFL. There's no question about it. The Cleveland job could be a very intriguing one. He's got a new blood quarterback in Baker Mayfield. They've got obviously a real major mover and shaker there as a general manager as well. So I'm very interested to see how Mike McCarthy lands on his feet, which he will do. Cleveland is certainly in the conversation. Could there be an opportunity where a coach we don't know right now that's going to get fired will be fired, who's had a rough year? Would the Giants ever just say, screw it, Pat Shurmur made a really bad decision, let's go get Mike McCarthy? I don't know if that would take place, but what I do know is Mike McCarthy will be in the NFL again here very soon. And as Jason La Canfora also said, he hasn't gotten a chance to spend Christmas with his family. Well, now he's got that. Now he can go Christmas shopping. Now he can out with his family, and he can play his cards for the next job in the NFL. As far as what's next for Aaron Rodgers, it's very, very simple. He needs a quarterback. He needs a coach who acts more as a quarterback's coach and acts more as an assistant, an offensive coordinator type, and then also lets Aaron Rodgers be himself, because Aaron Rodgers, he isn't going to be able to succeed unless he's Houdini. Let's be honest. This guy is a ballerina. He's a magician. He's one of these guys who's mobile in the pocket and outside of the pocket. He makes things happen and flicks the ball like a lot of people we've never seen. The talent level it reminds you of Dan Marino for sure. The problem is Aaron Rodgers is also aloof in the locker room. His personality is helter-skelter. He's super moody all the time. You just don't know what Aaron Rodgers you're going to get, and that is a big problem. If you're a head coach coming in, how is that relationship going to work? They're going to have to pick. This is a huge decision as we get to the third party in the Green Bay Packers. This is a monster decision for Green Bay in the offseason, probably the biggest organizational decision that they've made in an awfully long time, maybe since the Brett Favre era, in terms of when to decide, when this is it for Brett Favre and eventually handing the reins over to Aaron Rodgers. This is a monumental decision for Green Bay, because when you look at the situation with Aaron Rodgers, he isn't as simple as Tom Brady. He's not as simple as Russell Wilson. He's not as simple as Big Ben Roethlisberger. He's not as simple as Andrew Luck. He's not as simple as Carson Wentz. He's not as simple as a lot of quarterbacks in the NFL. He has a very odd, dry, helter-skelter type of personality. And if you're a head coach coming in, he's not just going to lie down for some head coach to come in and go, all right, Aaron, I know you're going to the Hall of Fame. I know you've won a Super Bowl here. I know you're, one of the faces of the franchise the last 60, 70 years. We're going to just kind of backtrack a little bit, and we're going to do it all my way now. It ain't going to fly for Aaron Rodgers. He would probably demand a trade. So Green Bay has got to find, and I don't know who this guy is. I really don't. But they've got to find a balance between allowing Aaron Rodgers to still be Houdini, to still be that magician in order to run the Green Bay Packers offense. And then on the other side, just have enough of an influence, almost acting as a quarterback coach, offensive coordinator type without overdoing it and overstepping Aaron Rodgers. There were reports in several articles this past week in regards to how Aaron Rodgers was in the huddle and they would get a play from the sideline from the OC or from Mike McCarthy. And basically Aaron Rodgers was just like, screw this. This is bullshit. I'm not doing this. A lot of times McCarthy will call the plays as well, and Rodgers just basically wanted nothing to do with it. That happened repeatedly. You can see that there was a major disconnect between McCarthy and Aaron Rodgers. Now they got to recreate something in Green Bay. They got to create a connection between Aaron Rodgers and the new head coach. Some of the names that have been flying around, well, one of them is Lincoln Riley. He is the head football coach at Oklahoma. Remember when Bob Stoops resigned abruptly, they gave the reins right to Lincoln Riley, and he has since taken Oklahoma to back-to-back college football playoffs. There is an unbelievable infusion of college playbooks in the NFL. There's crazy spread ideas that are going on in the NFL. There's coaches that coached in college now in the NFL. I wouldn't be surprised to see David Shaw of Stanford get a job here within the next 5 years finally in the NFL. Don't be surprised to see Lincoln Riley get to the NFL eventually. I don't know if Green Bay would hire him, but that is certainly an interesting guy to look at. He's about the same age as Aaron Rodgers, actually, which is hard to believe. But he might be a guy who goes in there and just creates sort of this offensive atmosphere, something new, a new voice, something that's not stale and the same old shit that Mike McCarthy did and his Goombas. And maybe Lincoln Riley comes in, creates that atmosphere, tells Aaron Rodgers, here's what I have, here's my game plan. I'm going to go let you do things. You can audible at the line. You can do a lot of things like that. But here's my implementation of what the offense could be with you. I also think Green Bay, and this is the one top area where I've always defended Aaron Rodgers, they've got to go out and get offensive weapons in the draft. They've got to go out and get some people in free agency. I don't know what their cap room looks like right now, but the flat-out fact is you're riding Aaron Rodgers for another 4 or 5 years. He's still one of the top 3 or 4 quarterbacks in the NFL. You've got to go get him weapons in order to get that offense back, in order to add some creativity, and in order to try to get back to the postseason and try to contend for a Super Bowl as well. So that's kind of how I look at with the future, the Rodgers situation, the Green Bay Packers, and Mike McCarthy. Should be fascinating, and right now I'm sure that we'll have other storylines that might top this, but as far as the off-season goes here, we're close to the playoffs. This, to me, is the top storyline in the NFL's off-season. Who's the head coach of the storied Green Bay Packers? I'm Mike Lindsley. Happy holidays. Thanks for watching 9 Minutes with Mike Lindsley here on IGTV, YouTube, and Facebook. Make sure you get down here to the Phoenix Sports Restaurant. You're in and around Central New York. You're home for the holidays. Make sure you stop by for lunch. Stop by for dinner. Get the all-you-can-eat boneless wings, the steak, the spaghetti and meatballs. Gift certificates are available for the holidays as well. Mike and Shelly doing a great job. Awesome beers on tap. Awesome beers in the bottle. And they've got a great, great lunch buffet every single day here as well. And you can bet the ponies next door at the OTB. I'm looking at it right now. Thanks again for watching. Thanks to the Phoenix Sports Restaurant. And as I always tell you, enjoy the games.